Happy Monday. I hope everyone's enjoying the videos. So far, no one's joined me in the Temple of the Moon. I kind of feel like a person with a free hug sign that no one's given any hugs to. But I only just started making videos, and I only just opened the Temple of the Moon. You know, people haven't started following me because of my videos or anything. So as I make more videos, interest will grow, and perhaps, I'll eventually meet someone in the tip of the moon. But just go ahead and DM me. I left the link there so that everyone can feel like it's open. But just DM me and ask me, to meet up with you, and I'll say yes, of course. They say that people are growing more alone. And I know I don't have a partner, but I just want to be the partner that you need or want, to be able to move forward. And you never know what's going to come out of a meeting. At the farmer's market, there's just, I talk about so many things while I sell my product, which I'm not too proud about. I'm kind of embarrassed by, but it's on my page if you want to buy my product. But it's not me. The product is not very me, but talking with people, connecting with people, and sometimes people just, they need someone else to say what they're saying. Like this lady, she approached me and she's like, I think this belt is causing my husband to have an allergic reaction. He's got eczema along his belt line. I'm like, is it leather? And she says yes. And I'm like, yeah, it's the belt. It's the belt. The leather has pores, and yeah, the germs and the sweat, they're clogging into the pores, and then that's causing your husband's eczema. Someone else thought their belt buckle was giving them an issue. I'm like, yeah, maybe you have a metal allergy, And, yeah, we could talk about anything, and something might come up, and you just needed to hear it from a different person. But I'm really a health guru. You want to talk about health? I know lots about health at this point, like so much. But yeah, you never know what's going to come forth. As long as I feel like we're meeting about something specific, not something just totally, nonchalant. I'm there for it. I'm there for it. Okay, so yeah, just hit me up in my DM and we can meet. But what I wanted to talk about today was more along the lines of the future and planning the future, taking responsibility for the future. I think the biggest chunks of responsibility lie in homeschooling. With homeschooling and creating a curriculum, you're deciding, you're pretty much deciding the future. You're deciding your values with the emphasis on history, on what's important, on what you celebrate and why, And then, you're keeping your kids away from a lot of influences that are out of your control. The more responsibility and more control you have, the better. And if you've watched my other videos, you should know that we're not missing anything. We're not missing anything. In the other videos, I talked about, health knowledge. The health knowledge is not getting spread and distributed from the laboratory. Out to the doctors. So we're really out here on our own. And when we recognize that and we act like that, and we find our own solutions, that is so many times better than just relying on the doctor to come through and not exploit the fact that you're not going to verify anything and you're not going to get a second opinion. These doctors out here taking advantage of people, saying they have cancer and AIDS when they don't, or HIV or whatever. You know, these doctors are scandalous, okay? And we can't afford to be giving almost anybody any responsibility over ourselves. And it's tough. It's tough, and it seems so unfair. It is. But it's better to be more responsible for yourself. And when you're sending your kids out to the educational system, you're really underwriting their value system over our own. And also your kids mixed with other kids, they're just going to make them into the least common denominator. Your kids are going to come back like everyone else's kids. There's so much bad influences. And then the teachers they're teaching these kids like what to do in case a school shooter comes in. They're traumatizing these kids. It's like, why have them in that situation? And ideally, I think the future is that a group of parents get together and they pay for a tutor, and we create that economy around educating the children. Not just in a certified charter school where they're still going to teach 5-year-olds about Martin Luther King's assassination like they did with my kids over COVID. It's not a good thing to teach 5-year-olds. It's not even legit. They do that at every single school across the whole country. It's just traumatizing. Okay, so we can take things into our hands, and I feel like that's much better. And you might feel like it doesn't look like how it's supposed to look. It doesn't feel how it's supposed to feel. But I guarantee you it's better. It's better than what they have to offer. No matter how new their facility is, no matter, they got so many books, the library has more. Okay, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, and your children are going to be better if you're able to educate them at home. Now, also, be careful. Read the actual law or speak to the actual people who certify you for homeschooling. I was homeschooling before I had permission. I just took them out. After they did kindergarten, my youngest was supposed to be doing kindergarten, but those games were fun. On the what did they send us? Tablet or a full laptop? Anyway, Chromebook. Those games were fun. But the next year, I homeschooled. I didn't ask anyone for permission. This year, I did ask for permission like a month ago or 2 months ago, in the middle of the year. Did they harass me or send anybody to check up on the kids? No, not at all. Not at all. And why did I sign up? So that they could play sports with other kids that are in school. So I do want them to be playing sports, but I don't want them to be just sitting there 8 hours a day, getting indoctrinated. And I walked into a school recently around here. They have them walking on a line, and they're so scared to walk outside the line. When I accidentally stood on the line, they were like, they didn't know how to get around me. There's something wrong and creepily wrong about the culture of the schooling system. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So have no fear of missing out. Have no fear of missing out. We got to get trained on that self-belief. When you believe in yourself and you know you're doing well and you know that their systems aren't all that, then you lose that fear of missing out. Okay? And that's what we need to really push forward into the future. That fear of missing out, that fear of missing being a part of a country that sent people to Mars, and that all that garbage and BS. All of that has to go, because we're not missing out in this country. We're missing out because of this country. Like all those beautiful Chinese electric vehicles. There's so much beautiful and wonderful technology that we're missing out on. And it's actually because of racism. The trains and other modes of public transportation that could be really great that other countries have that we don't is because they want to keep everyone separate. They want to keep everyone in their little boxes. They don't want full integration, and they will destroy anything that is going to naturally and organically make that happen. So fear of missing out on being second-class citizens, that's what you're afraid of missing out on. Oh, and the future is not landing on Mars. That's not the future. That's just the United States government picking Elon Musk as a winner and just feeding him lots of money, lots and lots of money, because that's all that is. And it was Neil deGrasse Tyson who broke the news on that for me. He broke the news on that for me. But he said that it's already known that it's the United States military that is funding the Mars project. They want a base on Mars. Allegedly. They're going to skip past the moon and go straight to Mars. Because what? It's just stupid. It's just stupidity. And it may not even be true. They just might be giving him millions of dollars because they were always going to. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, Elon Musk is getting paid from the government. Okay? He's not a good businessman. Everything about him is fake. We're not missing out on anything. We're missing out on being second class when we don't go to their schools, when we go to trade schools or whatever, and have our own plans for our children. This year, my children are going to start their own business at the farmer's market. They're going to sell fresh herbs. Okay, and I expect them to make $2,000, $1,000 each. I'm teaching them how to be entrepreneur. They didn't even teach business in any of the schools that I went to. They didn't even teach business. I can teach them more than the schools would ever offer. They took out music. I can make sure that they learn music and everything that they need. But yeah, so if you have any questions about homeschooling, or if you have any questions about being an entrepreneur, or if you need to brainstorm, or you want help with your taxes, that's coming up, right? So I'm here for it. Just hit me up, and I'll be there. Peace.